Hello friends, I am Surekha Sridhar. Welcome to the series Bhagavadgita Bite-Sized Learning, a humble effort to package the essence of Bhagavad-Gita into multiple micro-learning modules. I am making a sincere effort to discuss each shloka in depth and explaining the same with relevance and reference to current times. Each shloka is a treasure of knowledge and can help us in achieving clarity of thought. Bhagavad Gita was knowledge imparted by the world's greatest counselor to the world's most depressed counselee. It is an ageless and timeless classic. It was imparted on the war field before the start of the great war of Kurukshetra. Our life situations cannot be more difficult than the Kurukshetra war. It is the world's best conversation ever, which can clear all dilemmas of life and give clarity of thought. Bhagavad Gita is like a practical guide on how to face life's problems and complexities. Believe me, there is no harm in getting to know the tips and clues shared by Sri Krishna. Everyone is busy with their own life and problems. Probably finds it difficult to sit through long lectures. This is what I felt. So I decided to create bite-sized videos which will be of 2 to 3 minutes in length, sometimes a little longer. Hope you will listen and benefit from the same. What do we want? What do humans want? All of us want to be happy, is it not? Now, what makes us happy? That is a tough question. Being rich, does it make a person happy? Being beautiful, does it make a person happy? Being appreciated, does it make a person happy? Or being powerful, does it make a person happy? What is that gives us happiness? Sometimes we find that a person is rich and famous, has a very good family, is appreciated and is surrounded by well-wishers. Still, he or she is unhappy. Why? And we also sometimes find that a person is poor, doesn't have much of material riches. Still, he or she is happy. How does this happen? There is nothing in relation whether a person is rich, beautiful, famous, powerful, poor. Nothing matters. Happiness and these factors cannot be related. True happiness is born deep inside you when you live in peace and harmony with your body, mind, and soul. It is a state of mind when you're constantly being in love with yourself. Humans are in eternal search for happiness. Is there a guide to help us in the pursuit of happiness? Yes, of course. Bhagavad Gita is a guide which will help us to understand, find, and create eternal happiness. Now, what is this Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita is the celestial song, the song of life. It is the summary of all Vedas. What are Vedas? Vedam is an equivalent word to science during ancient India. The word Vedam itself means knowledge. In the modern world, we use the term science to identify the kind of authoritative knowledge upon which human progress is based. Vedas were not confined to certain subjects, but the world of knowledge got encompassed into the Vedic knowledge. To be more precise, to the ancient citizens of Bharatavarsha or the greater India, the Vedas had a more profound significance than science has on modern man. Bhagavad Gita is a summary or a quick reference guide to the Vedic knowledge, and it is not a religious text. Do you know that during the times of Mahabharata, the term Hindu did not exist at all? The word Hindu is derived from the Sanskrit word Sindhu, which is the local name of the Indus River which flows through the northwestern part of the Indian subcontinent. Sindhu also means sea. The word Hindu or Indu was used by Greeks to denote the country and the people living beyond the Indus River. Later on in the 18th century, the European merchants and colonists referred collectively to the followers of dharmic religions in Hindustan as Hindus. In a nutshell, Bhagavad-gita propagates the idea of living fully by overcoming fears, doubts, worries, concerns, apprehensions and misgivings. Mahabharata has 1 lakh shlokas and is considered as the best book on social and political psychology. Mahabharata captures the essence of life in the form of stories, man, his desires and repercussions. Now, the essence or the core of 1 lakh shlokas as given by Maharshi Vedavyas is captured within the 700 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is a conversation between a counselor and a counselee. It is a go-to reference guide for any human on any day in any given situation in life. Arjuna is no different than any of us. He has fears, he has dilemmas, he has indecisiveness, he has anxiety, he has conflicts in his mind. He has questions regarding ethical, moral, and property issues. So, is he not like one among us? Our Indian education system does not prepare people for life but insists on creating fact bags out of humans who wrote learn a lot of things and will never apply these things they have learned by spending a great amount of parents' money and a great amount of their time and a great effort is put into this thing but will never apply anything in real life. Till a century ago, we Indians had a completely different education system till we got swept into the wave of the English education system. I will not spend much time in comparing and discussing the two systems of education because that is of no use to do at this point of time. In the given scenario, what can we do to achieve the best in life? How can we empower ourselves? How can we empower our children with those aspects which cannot be gained from the education at schools and colleges? The education system does not provide much help with regard to developing a positive attitude. It also does not lay emphasis on emotional health, emotional strength, inner ability to face challenges, respect for resources, cultural intelligence. So, how can we do that? How do we understand what is this cultural intelligence? Cultural intelligence is an extension of emotional intelligence, the ability to work in a multicultural environment. We see that a number of corporate houses train their staff before they send them abroad so that they will be comfortably working in a multicultural environment. Does a multicultural environment or a change in culture, does it mean only a change in geographical setting? No. A culture gets formed or developed wherever a group of people come together. It is a school, it's a college, it is a gated community, a housing society, a department in an office. Everywhere there is a certain culture. When a person goes from one place to the other, he will definitely feel the change. So in a change, how will he be able to adjust? How will he be able to survive? That is what, the cultural intelligence is going to help an individual. Human emotions and feelings have remained the same since ancient times. Learning from the past and designing the future is an intelligent thing to do. Contemplation, introspection, self-inquiry are some things which are not taught at school. Many children don't even know the meaning of these things. We need to learn these from our ancient Indian scriptures. Whatever is the age, whatever is the stage in life, I am sure you would like to indulge in some deep thinking. Who am I? What is the purpose of my life? Is there something higher to inquire and to understand? Am I missing out on something? Can I be happy, immaterial of the situations and conditions of life? Don't you think if somebody talks to you about these things, it would bring a small change in the way you think and you live? Most importantly, how many Indians are happy, contented, and at peace with their work, with their relationships, and with the conditions in their life? It is always a question mark, is it not? What percentage of people are completely contented and thankful, grateful to their life? NCRB, National Crime Records Bureau, says that 400 Indians commit suicide every day. Every hour, we find that one student is committing suicide. 28 to 30 students take their life every day. There is a considerable rise in the number of women in anxiety in India, especially during these pandemic times. How can we help this situation? We can help by empowering the individuals. One way is by empowering them by introducing them to ancient Indian wisdom. When people are empowered with the right attitude for facing the challenges of life, there is a bright probability that they will not go down the slide of depression. There are 6 enemies according to the ancient Indian scriptures which create all the problems in human life. They are Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada and Matsarya. I'll discuss about this in detail in my future episodes. Even if one of these tenet or one of these quality engulfs a person, it is going to be very difficult for him or her to survive. Our current education system doesn't even talk about these things, is it not? The Arishad Varga, it doesn't talk about it. So we need to take the responsibility of teaching these things to our children. Life skills are taught extremely well using Bhagavadgita and other Sanskrit texts. One such example is Bhartruhari Subhashita. The Bhartruhari Subhashita has Niti Shataka, Shringara Shataka and Vairagya Shataka. Shataka means 100 shlokas. Each 100 is a rich treasure in wisdom and knowledge. Bhartruhari was a king in the 5th century. He lived a very colorful life. He lived life to the fullest extent. He learnt a lot. And he has packaged all his learning through this Shataka. Maybe in my future episodes, I will definitely discuss about Bhartruhari Shataka. We need to teach children about Vedic concepts when they are young, and once they are grown up and they get into the materialistic world, it is very difficult to change the individual's personality. And when the child develops an interest towards Indian scriptures at a young age, the personality develops in a much finer way. The child will grow up into an individual who respects parents, who respects resources, who has humility, who will value the family. They will not just go away and forget their parents, because we have introduced the right ideas at the right age. How can we expect the child to develop into an impeccable personality if we don't offer him moral and ethical values filled education at a young age? When we paint a canvas black, the canvas is going to remain black. It will not turn to green or yellow, whatever we do. So we need to paint the canvas or the child with the right color when the child is young. In a nutshell, Bhagavad Gita is just not going to help in developing ethical and moral values in people. It is definitely going to help people to develop inner strength, to become more confident, to build on their life skills, to build on their survival skills, to understand life in a much better way. So, getting introduced to Bhagavad Gita has a lot of benefits. Hope you will watch the micro modules which give information about all the shlokas in Bhagavad Gita, and I hope you will give me feedback, and I hope that you will come up with more questions so that I can make more episodes clearing all your questions. There are so many questions already asked by people like, have you seen God? Does God exist? Why do we have so many gods? What is the use of studying Bhagavad Gita? I think one question I have taken up. What is the use of studying Bhagavad Gita? And regarding God or regarding other concepts, I am going to deal with these questions as I explain the shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. Thank you very much. See you. Meet you soon.